welcome to another Daily Digest video. I'm Merriam. Today I am playing a sweet mono green land destruction control deck. It's got the Arbor Elf Utopia Sprawl engine and sort of the same basic elements as the red-green LD deck, though we're using Trinisphere because we don't have red. And then you sort of end up in this cycle where you start looping Primal Command or Plow Under with Eternal Witness and with one copy of Stampeding Sarrow, which is really sweet. So hopefully we get to lock our opponent under some Trinispheres. This hand, however, is... Oh, man. If my top two cards are lands, this hand is great. Because then I get to turn 2 Trinisphere, turn 3 Acid Moss, and I am all in business. But missing a land drop with this deck, because LD and things like Trinisphere, Mana Denial in general, is so time sensitive, I think missing an early land drop is really devastating, so I'm going to mulligan. Okay, well, another hand with the same issues, but it's hard to keep going and mulliganing down to 5. I'm hoping to find a fetch land. Does this deck even have fetch lands? It does not. Ugh. Eternal Witness gets so much worse. This hand is so much worse than the other hand. Yeah, this hand is so much worse that I actually think I am going to go to 5. Because Eternal Witness has no chance of doing anything. And then another 1-lander, but on 5, we got a 2-drop, I guess, that can do something. I'll keep this. Bottom that. Let's hope I draw lands. What is our opponent playing? Foothills deck. This could be a lot of things. Whole lot of things. Escape Shift. We suspend a Riftbolt. Our opponent is Burn. Whoa, Mishra's Bauble. Okay, our opponent is Weird. So I file it under Weird. They target. Who did they target? Targeted me, so they know this card. Even before I do. Primal Command. Well, if they're Burn, Primal Command is great. The only question is whether or not I get to 5 mana to cast it. See where this Riftbolt goes. That'll be telling. That's not good. I think maybe I'm not supposed to play the Elvish Mystic, actually, because I'm not really ramping into a 3-drop. Yeah, maybe that was a mistake, actually. Now we gotta rip some lands. So the good news is, once we get to 3 lands, our Eternal Witness will do something. Okay, so they're not a straight-up burn deck. They're traversing. They got a plains. Did not expect a lot of this. Expected a mountain. Okay, well, not coming out of the gates too fast, which is good news. And we drew forest, so I'm going to play Walking Ballista. And see what that does. Not at all sure what my opponent is doing. Yeah, Windstorm Teeth, that's not surprising. Also not surprising. And what's the follow-up here? Basic Forest. Odd that they protect their life total. And they just got a basic when they're searching out another basic. So this should probably be Mountain. I guess is they'll only have one of each basic. But finding that forest against a double forest opening for me is a little strange. Forest plays. Oh, it wasn't good. Not good at all. Now the beatdowns commence. Probably a Bloodbraid Elf here. Maybe Riftbolt is there to get the deck more sorceries for Traverse. Let's take it for now. We can block later. That's weird. Yeah, they did get a mountain, so we know one of the cards in their hand. Oh, they wanted to Renegade Rallier, so this will get back Mishra's Bauble. Draw them another card. Cute. Cute. Targeting me again. Oddly enough, if Riftbolt is there to give them more sorceries for Delirium, it is now preventing them from being delirious. If this was a Lightning Bolt, they would have been fine. They're still very far ahead. The mana creature tilt when you need a land. Because Eternal Witness here is nice because it will block Renegade Rallier. Or maybe I block both and ping the 3/3, blocking it with the Witness, and get to trade for the Nicodle. Instead, cycle the Street Wraith. That's their 4th type. Weird that they would cycle it end step. Might as well just wait. Don't think it's changing anything, but might as well. Good habit. This Primal Command also looks worse when they're a more creature-heavy deck. There's the mountain. And another Riftbolt. Well, that's not good, because this is the turn I'm trying to cast Eternal Witness. And they're just going to Riftbolt it, but there's nothing else I can do, so I will do what I can. Yeah, I think I'll use Eternal Witness's ability. Why not? No attacks. What do I need to get out of this game? Don't know, but I doubt it's coming. Yeah, Riftbolt goes to the Witness. I'm just going to take this. I can't beat a burn spell anyway. Yeah, sure. There's the bolt. I'm dead. Let's hope to draw some more lands in these games. Raking Canopy does not seem good. Thrun seems excellent. And Scavenging Ooze seems good just because it's relevant both early and late. Plow Wonder seems rather poor, as does Acidic Slime. Maybe I want one Plow Wonder just as a... maybe Acidic Slime is actually... yeah, Acidic Slime is probably better than Bramble Crush just because it's a creature. I was going to say maybe I want one Plow Wonder for the Stampeding Sero lock, but I think Primal Command will do for that. And I'm probably not going to lock them out very often anyway. Oh, why did I bring in Thrun? I wanted Obstinate Baloth. Obstinate Baloth. And that means I need to cut one other card, and I think I'll cut a Vivian, actually. I kind of like Acidic Slime. Vivian is this like card advantage thing. I'm going to be behind. One copy is fine. I think most of the time I'm going to win with Primal Command into like Witness Chains or Primal Command into Hornet Queen. I would like to play first, though. We only have one land still, but we do have a Simian Spirit Guide that can Trinisphere on turn 2, which would be excellent. So on the hopes that I get to hit that or draw a land if they kill my Witness. They only have Lightning Bolt that I think kills at turn 1, because their other removal spell is Rift Bolt that we saw. So I think we're a slight favorite to untap with the Mystic anyway. The Trinisphere will be excellent. I think I would like some fetch lands just to be able to Witness them back. Many, many baubles. Red mana untapped, making red mana now. Suspend Rift Bolt! Oh, yes. That was the best possible. Because now they're not going to be able to cast the Rift Bolt because of the Trinisphere, and I'm going to get them. Get them real good. They look at both. They should have, with these baubles, I think they should use one on their turn, targeting me, then wait till I draw, then use one on my turn targeting me, and they get more information. Here they look at the top card of their deck and they're about to draw it anyway. So they could have seen my next card, and instead they did not. But doesn't matter. Oh, I drew the land anyway. Had it the whole time. Nice Rift Bolt. Now we'll be even closer to Primal Command. If we can draw a land next turn. Yeah, Trinisphere. It's good against your deck. I know. So no spells for our opponent this turn. Monvuli Acid Moss would be a good draw. Land would be a good draw. Oh, I guess it's irrelevant. Oh, we were drawing another land. So that means I Primal Command and then tutor for a creature. And so I put their land on top, tutor for a creature, and I probably get Elvish Mystic or Arbor Elf, and then next turn Eternal Witness plus Arbor Elf, get back the command, and then I'm guaranteed 5 mana for that, and I just start looping it, and eventually just find like Hornet Queen or something. So yeah, that was going to be a pretty easy one, I think. I guess I could find Stampeding Sarrow too, which seems quite good against them. Or Silent Harper. I say the one above it. Do I want to do anything else? This Walking Ballista. Oh wow, I have another Arbiter at the sideboard. Okay, this Walking Ballista seems really bad, and this Arbiter is good. That was an oversight by me. I'm sure you're all already yelling at me and commenting about it, but we'll get that Arbiter in the deck and submit. And they haven't seen the Simian Spirit Guide yet. Savage Tech. It's a key part of my deck, buddy. Another one-lander. You know what this deck could use? More lands. Huh? Anybody? Probably more lands. How many lands are in this deck? 20? Okay, buddy. I'm going to keep because I can turn to a Trinisphere again, but 20 lands in your 5-drop decks. I know you have mana creatures, but you know what happens to mana creatures? They die. And you need to make land drops. Even with mana creatures, you need to make land drops. 20 lands. 20 lands. Come on. What are you doing? What are you doing to me? Who did they target with this bauble? They targeted me. Okay, start on the Coddle. Good they did not start on Rift Bolt for this elf. But them just getting onto the board will make Trinisphere less effective anyway. We did draw another land, so that's good. And it's our cool utility land, our Pendelhaven. Pump up this Elvish Mystic, huh? Pump it up. 2-3. Do not Lightning Bolt my elf. Ooh, that's tapped. That's no, that's a bolt. That's a bolt. No! Now they get another turn. At least they didn't have another 1-drop to follow it up. I do have an ooze. Ooh, we're drawing lands. My prayers are being answered. Definitely just slamming this ooze into play. Be interesting what I want to do next turn if my ooze survives, whether I want to try to make it a 3-3 immediately and trade with Nicodle or get the Trinisphere down. It'll depend on exactly how much they do this turn towards emptying their hand and playing a third land. Third land makes Trinisphere worse for sure. Is this Rallier? Another Lightning Bolt. Well, that makes my play easier. And a Voice of Resurgence. That one's not as good. Ugh. Speaking of not as good, the thing is, at this point, I don't think I have time to Trinisphere them. You know, I'm at 14, they have 5 power. If I Trinisphere this turn, they attack me to 9. And next turn, I play Eternal Witness. I get to trade with the Voice. They attack me to minimum, or at best, 6. So like they'd have to have literally nothing. If they just have an answer to the Eternal Witness or an answer to the follow-up ooze, I'm dead. So I think I need to Witness right now. They haven't had a very fast hand, so I'm not exactly sure what they're holding. Probably removal, to be honest. Definitely getting back the ooze. And best case scenario is I get to trade for this Voice, go to 11, draw a land, and then ooze, exile 2 things, go to 13, and have a 4-4. And that should set me up pretty well. Yeah, 4th land. Would have been very beneficial to have Utopia Sprawl in my opening hand, or hands, in these games. See if this is get tapped land, play Rallier. Yeah, that's what it looks like. That gives me some incentive to not trade with the voice here, but I do need to, I think, because I need to get this ooze up to a 4/4. It's just really punishing if I don't find the land next turn and I trade, then I have to trade away the ooze for the Rallier. Which is not ideal, and I take extra damage from the voice token. So right now I could go to 9, untap, ooze becomes a 3/3. Next turn, witness blocks Rallier, ooze blocks voice. I go to 6, but I gained 1, so it's 7. And if I get to untap with the ooze again, I'm in great shape. If they have any red removal spell in their top 3 cards, even Rift Bolt, which they can hardcast, and it is top 3 cards because they have 2 bauble triggers about to go off, and a draw step. If they have any red removal spells, and I'm pretty dead at that point. They just like deal with the ooze and deal with the ooze, like the witness blocks the Rallier still, but I go to 4 and I have nothing going on because of my hand. The thing is, if I block and I find the land, I'll go to 11, go back up to 13. I'll make it a 4/4, block the Nicodle, take 6, go to 7. Then they use red removal on the ooze, which is what I'm trying to play around, and my hand is pretty bad, and I'm at 7, and they have 5 power still. So I don't think I can beat a red removal spell, and I think I'm better off not trading here. So I'm going to go to 9 and hope they don't find a red removal spell. They pass, we get some triggers. I did not find... I found the most awkward draw because this makes me want to play the Arbor Elf and not exile anything with ooze, but I don't think that's tenable. So I'm just going to get my life and do this so I can F6. And please, no Lightning Bolt or Rift Bolt. It's a Bloodbraid Elf. It looks like just a hardcast Rift Bolt. Yeah, I mean, that was going to be really difficult to beat regardless. And now I'm facing down lethal. I guess Arbor Elf plus Pendelhaven blocks voice. Oh, another Nicodle, yeah. That will do it. Yeah, there's just nothing I can do here. Sitting here with a 7-drop, 4-drop, 5-drop, and 3 lands in play. Okay. We got a game, which was cool because we were on the play and had the Trinisphere they weren't expecting. Trinisphere gets worse on the draw, obviously, as we saw in Game 3. But I don't know how you can play this deck with only 20 lands in it. I mean, I know like you got Arbor Elf, Utopia Sprawl, Elvish Mystic, and then Monfuli Acid Moss finds lands and whatever, but you got to make early land drops to get to that point. Once you get to the point where you're casting all your big spells, they should be powerful enough to win, even if you've got some excess lands in your hand. If you're playing a deck where you need your early mana creatures to live and you need to grind your opponent out attrition style, then you're just blending 2 immiscible parts of 2 different decks, and it's not going to work unless you have your best draws. So you just need some more lands. Maybe the Spirit Guides they're like kind of cool, so you can turn 2 Acid Moss. Not sure if they're necessary. They can become lands. So I guess you do have 20 lands plus 2 other mana sources, but there's got to be some ways you can cut down on other things. I kind of like the Ballista. Maybe you only need one acidic slime. Maybe you only need one plow under. Maybe you want to board some Trinispheres instead of main deck all of them. I don't know. Some way you can massage the numbers to get yourself up to a healthier number of lands, because I had mana issues, I think, all 3 games. And if game 2 played out, I was going to have mana issues in that game. Um, and maybe I'm supposed to keep that opening hand in game 1, but um, it's hard to keep hands like that on 7 in Modern when you get so punished for missing land drops, and that's why it's hard to play decks that are trying to play 4 and 5 drops ahead of schedule with only 20 lands in your deck. But I do think the idea for the deck is cool. I like the idea of locking them out. The one Stampeding Sarrow is great. A lot of synergy with the deck to create those soft locks. The one Silent Arbiter is really good against aggressive decks to buy time against them. So the tutor targets are in the right place. The LD package is cool. I think in theory, it compares reasonably well with green red land destruction. A little bit less powerful, obviously, but a lot sweeter. So I'm in. Just need some more lands. So hope you enjoyed watching that one, and you can come back and see me on Friday. Bye.